Right, I now just have to walk over to the settee without falling. Just get my mic. Everything's trailing behind me. There we go. It's live television, and by the magic of television, I'm joined on the settee now by Chris, Lane, and Matt.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Not too bad, thank you.
All right. And just it is Matt, isn't it?
It's Michael.
Michael. I knew it was something that began with an M, but anyway.
It's all right. It's close enough.
Right. Well, thanks for joining me, guys. And just in case you're wondering who these two are, Chris Lane, you're a local film producer.
Yeah.
And Mike, you're the star of Chris's new film.
Yes.
Which is called Bog Standard. Now, first of all, I'm hoping it's not going to live up to its title. But the interesting thing about your film is that you're looking for a toilet, aren't you?
We are indeed, yes. The film's based in an office toilet.
Right.
So we basically need somewhere which has got 2 cubicles in a row, at least. Plenty of space in front so we can get the crew in there and the equipment. What else? No running water, which is a lot.
Preferably no added sound effects.
No running water, no.
Bright lights, no windows.
Toilet roll, is that?
One roll.
One roll. Okay.
We'll probably supply our own, I think.
Yeah, we can do that.
So, who's the genius behind the idea of setting a film in a toilet?
It's Colin Warhurst who actually wrote the script.
Right.
But he's in Amsterdam, believe it or not.
Oh,
nice. But he came up with this idea, and it's good in terms of like low-budget filmmaking. 'Cause it's set in one location, so we don't have to worry about moving casting crew from one place to the next. You know.
But why did he want to set it in a toilet, though?
Because he's got a perverted mind.
I mean, Corin McCall telling me he's always enjoyed technical challenges.
Right.
I know one of his previous films was set completely inside one car.
Oh, right.
And when he starts a script, he likes to start with a technical challenge and then let the kind of creative kind of conditions he has build from that. So again, it's one cubicle, how many angles, how much of a story can you tell?
Exactly.
For what is a guy sat down for 10 minutes, really.
And that guy will be you, you're playing the main...
Yeah, that's me.
What did you sort of think when you read the script? I mean, is it a funny part?
It's hilarious, absolutely hilarious. It's a full, for only what is only 10 minutes, it has got a beginning, middle, end, there's character growth. It's very comedic because it's what we all do every day, but again, it's a very taboo subject. So it'll make people awkward just to begin with, but in that funny way. It's not crude, it's not vulgar, it's just that kind of, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. After a while, you kind of accept it, wouldn't you, that it's set in a toilet?
Yeah, and then it's just about any kind of comedy film, which in England there's a great history of kind of a comedy of manners, which is one person trying to do something by a set of rules that he, in his own head, has concocted.
Yes.
Based on etiquette, politeness, whatever, and the entire world creating these elements that don't occur with that, and his slow demise as he tries to hold on to it for dear life, and that's where it comes from.
Yep.
So, Chris, how's it going? Have you found a toilet yet?
Been making phone calls pretty much all week.
Yeah.
I've got some awkward people at the other end of the line who've thought it was a hoax, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very much. But I've actually been getting in touch with the councils, and they might be able to help us out, which is good. And obviously, you know, we can offer them publicity, credit on film, and a copy of the film as well.
So there you go.
There's something in it for them.
In terms of actually filming, you would need, I would imagine, quite a large toilet to actually
we've
get
got
the crew in,
crew of 9,
cast, and everything else,
and a cast of 3 in total. Although it will mainly be Michael on the toilet, so that's not a huge issue. But yeah, it does need to be rather large if we're going to get everyone in.
Right,
and
absolutely.
we did actually have another camera crew who actually wanted to film a documentary on it.
Yeah.
Me and Colin were like, no way. Not enough room.
So you were going to have your crew and then the camera crew, the making of the toilet.
That was their idea,
yeah,
not ours. Yeah, not going to work.
So at the moment, that's the kind of, is that the only thing sort of stopping you from filming the actual location?
Yeah, we're intending to film 3rd and 4th of October, so it's a weekend. But yeah, that is the main thing that we need to get in place, isn't it?
Once we've got that set.
Yeah, and we need a couple of actors actually.
Yeah.
So we're still looking for a cleaner, female cleaner.
Yeah, around the age of 30 to...
Around that, yeah.
30 to 60 really be fine.
We've got quite a few Bulgarian cleaners here if you want any.
If they're interested.
Who else do we need?
And a boss character, Dave, who preferably is someone a little older, about 40 to 60-year-old, and
a bit of a beer belly.
a bit of a beer belly would help.
How
no stereotypes or anything. It can be as deep as the actor wants to go with that character. But
to be fair, he's only got one line, so
yeah,
a pivotal line nonetheless. I'm sure, Chris.
It is
nonetheless. Chris, you're an up-and-coming film producer, and you've done a few films. You did start your own company, didn't you, at one point?
I did, yeah, back in 2007. Yeah.
Would you say in future, say 10 years down the line, if you're producing Hollywood film, or Bollywood film, who knows, you never know. What sort of genres are you attracted to? I mean, this isn't a typical mainstream setting, anyway, in any sense, is it? Would you prefer to do something a little bit more out of the box?
In terms of short films, I do like comedy. I think they work well in terms of like viral and obviously on the internet. But I'm interested in all sorts of genres, really.
Yeah.
Like, we did a lot, with my company, we did a lot of drama. And then music videos, and I'm fairly open to ideas. So.
Mike, one of the questions I was going to ask is, are you a versatile actor, A, in terms of your performance, and B, in terms of being able to fit inside a toilet?
Yes, I guess so.
That's good, yeah.
It's kind of this is about the 4th film I've done since graduating from theatre school.
Right.
And I was a theatre trained actor first, so it's now getting kind of used to the format, and so the restrictions that this script particularly sets isn't a good one. Also, a lot of the dialogue in the script, as you can imagine, he's by himself, is voiceover, thoughts.
Yeah.
So again, it's another medium that's kind of transposed there, because it's internal dialogue rather than talking as people do.
Oh, I see. So
it's a different kind of set, and all things of that will be recorded later.
Right.
So because of that, it's an interesting challenge. I'm quite aware that Colin, the director, has constantly been telling the cast he's going to put me through my paces. So with a little sense of apprehension, I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And when the film is produced, what do you intend to do? Send it around festivals?
We're going to approach TV channels first.
Okay.
And then obviously go on the festival circuit, and then go online.
Okay.
That'll probably be its natural distribution.
So if anybody has a suitable location, how should they contact you?
They can email myself at info@chrislane.eu, and just email us. It's the best way.
If you haven't already had a phone call from Chris, because he's great.
Chris, what's his background then? Is he's? I understand he has directed a film before, hasn't it? A feature film. Colin, you're Chris. Yeah. This is a Friday afternoon, isn't it?
Yeah. He directed a film called Manhattan.
Oh, right.
It was quite an achievement because it was a feature-length production, and it was shot in Manchester and New York.
Right.
It's quite funny in places, and it's actually being screened at Salford Film Festival.
The Salford Film Festival are doing it in November.
Right.
So that's something to look out for. Definitely go check it out.
I've been invited to the premiere actually, Colin, haven't I? So I'll be popping on to see
it's a great dress will be there.
Some get perks of the job,
Yeah. It really is a great film, based on the idea of one kind of filmmaker's love for Woody Allen films, and of course the pun Manhattan. And it's just great to see a kind of independent filmmakers going so big with their intentions, because you get a lot of independent filmmakers want to keep things quite small, and it's great to see two guys go, okay, let's go to New York and film in New York. Two lads from Manchester.
Well, I think it started as a short, and then
it just expanded, didn't it?
Into a feature film. Brilliant. Well, chaps, all the best. Hope you do find the toilet, the star, the other star of the piece, and look forward to seeing when it comes out. And it's called Bog Standard.